Have you ever felt overwhelmed by negative thoughts as if they are defining who you are? What if I told you that these thoughts aren't truly you? Imagine being able to observe them, let them drift away like clouds in the sky, and continue on your journey with peace. What if I told you this isn't a distant dream, but something very real and attainable? Picture this. You're about to speak in front of an important audience, and suddenly a flood of doubt overwhelms you. What if you could change your response to that thought in an instant? Instead of letting it define your actions, you could learn to simply let it pass like waves on the ocean. But how do we gain that kind of control over our minds? It's time to take a step back and challenge how we interact with negative thoughts. What if we could change the way we handle them, using powerful wisdom that's been passed down for centuries? Ancient teachings and simple practices can help us reclaim control, bringing us lasting peace even in the midst of mental storms. Let's explore how to transform your relationship with negative thoughts, step by step. We all have negative thoughts, don't we? Thoughts that tell us we're not good enough, that we'll fail, or that we're unworthy. These thoughts can leave us feeling small, doubtful, and even defeated. But what if you could simply observe these thoughts without allowing them to define you? What if you could step back and recognize that they are not your truth, just passing mental events? Imagine the peace you'd feel, knowing that these thoughts don't control you. You control your response to them. The key to freeing yourself from the grip of negativity is observing without attachment. Often when negative thoughts arise, we try to fight them or push them away, thinking that resistance will make them vanish. But ironically, the more we resist, the stronger these thoughts can become. It's a paradox. The harder we fight against them, the more power we give them. But here's a simple shift. Picture yourself watching clouds drifting across the sky. They pass by without any effort, don't they? Your thoughts, too, are like these clouds, just fleeting and impermanent. Instead of clinging to them, allow yourself to observe them mindfully. When you notice a thought like, "I'm not good enough," simply say, "I'm having the thought that I'm not good enough." This small shift allows you to detach from the thought and reduces its power over you. You are not your thoughts. You are the observer of them. And this tiny change can create a huge impact on your mental state. But what about the next step, separating yourself from the thought? Our thoughts can sometimes feel so convincing, so real, that we start believing they define us. We might think, "I am not good enough," or "I will fail at this." But the truth is, your thoughts are not you. They are just mental events that arise, stay for a while, and eventually dissolve. Like waves in the ocean, they ebb and flow, but they don't define the ocean itself. In Buddhism, this concept is known as anatta, the teaching of non-self. It's the understanding that both we and our thoughts are impermanent and ever-changing. Once you recognize that your thoughts are not fixed, you can free yourself from their grip. Instead of saying, "I am this thought," try saying, "I am noticing the thought that I'm not good enough." This simple act of separating yourself from the thought allows you to regain control over your mind, rather than letting your mind control you. But where do these thoughts come from in the first place? Investigating the root cause is crucial. Are these thoughts arising from a place of fear, insecurity, a past experience, or perhaps a desire for control or perfection? When you start to explore the deeper origins of your negative thoughts, you move beyond just addressing the surface-level thought itself. You begin to understand why the thought arose in the first place. In Buddhism, this practice of deep inquiry is called vipassana, or insight meditation. It's not enough to simply notice the thought and let it go. We need to understand its root cause. For example, let's say you have the thought, I am not good enough for this promotion. Instead of just accepting it as truth, ask yourself, why do I feel this way? Is it because you fear judgment from others? Or perhaps you're comparing yourself to someone you perceive as better? Understanding the deeper cause of this thought allows you to approach it with greater compassion and clarity. This leads us to another essential practice, practicing self-compassion. Negative thoughts are often harsh, but what's even more damaging is how we respond to them. We might hear an inner voice saying, I'm so stupid for thinking this, or why can't I just be stronger? This kind of self-criticism only amplifies the negativity, trapping us in a cycle of self-judgment. But here's the truth. Harshness only fuels negativity. Buddhism teaches us the practice of metta, or loving kindness, and it's just as important to offer it to ourselves as we would to a close friend. The Buddha once said, "You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection." So when a negative thought arises, instead of criticizing yourself, try responding with kindness. You could say, it's okay to feel this way. This thought doesn't define me. I can choose to be kind to myself. This gentle, compassionate approach can help dissolve the negative thought, making it easier to let go. Finally, sometimes negative thoughts persist even when we try to observe and understand them. That's when it's time to shift your focus. Negative thoughts thrive on repetition. The more we dwell on them, the more power we give them. One effective way to break this cycle is by shifting your focus through presence or action. Take a moment to pause, close your eyes, and take a deep breath. Focus on the sensation of air filling your lungs and let everything else fade away. This simple practice of mindful breathing can help ground you in the present moment and quiet the storm of negative thoughts. If the thoughts still persist, try taking a small, purposeful action. Maybe go for a walk, engage in something creative, or reach out to a friend. This is related to the Buddhist concept of right effort, where we direct our energy toward wholesome actions that help us grow and move forward, rather than sinking deeper into negativity. By shifting your focus, you give your mind something positive to focus on. Over time, this practice can strengthen your ability to break free from negative thought patterns. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to reclaim your peace and find balance within your mind. Now that we've explored these powerful tools for transforming your relationship with negative thoughts, let's look at some additional steps that can deepen your practice. We've talked a lot about how to handle negative thoughts, how to observe them without attachment, separate ourselves from them, and practice self-compassion. Now let's take a moment to reflect on how these practices empower us to move forward with greater peace. As we bring this conversation to a close, I want you to remember one powerful truth. Your negative thoughts do not define you. They are not permanent. They come, they go, and they hold no power over you unless you allow them to. Every time you observe a thought without judgment, separate yourself from it, or dig deeper to understand where it's coming from, you are taking back control. You are learning to reclaim your mind. Think about it like this. Imagine standing in a vast open field. The wind blows, bringing with it clouds, leaves, dust, and everything in between. But you are the stillness in the center of the field, watching as everything passes by. You are not the storm nor the leaves caught in it. You are the observer. Your thoughts are like the wind, the clouds. They may come and go, but they do not change the essence of who you are. Now pause for a moment and breathe deeply. Feel the air filling your lungs, grounding you in this very moment. Acknowledge that you are worthy of peace regardless of the thoughts that may arise. It's not about silencing the mind, it's about creating space for calm amidst the chaos. It's about recognizing that no matter how loud or persistent the thoughts may be, you are not defined by them. And when you feel overwhelmed again, remember these practices. Come back to the simple act of observing, separating, and shifting your focus. It's a continuous process and it requires patience. But with each small step, you'll notice how much easier it becomes to create that inner peace even in the midst of the storm. If you found these insights helpful, I encourage you to share this video with someone who might benefit from it. Because let's be honest, we all have moments when we need a little reminder of how to stay grounded. And remember, the journey to a peaceful mind is not a one-time fix, it's an ongoing practice. But if you take one small step today, you'll be amazed at how much you can grow over time. So don't forget to subscribe for more content on living with intention, mindfulness, and wisdom. You've already taken the first step, now let's keep moving forward together. May your thoughts bring you peace, and may you always find the strength to move through them with grace.